J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Let's get my water right here. The Shy season finale for season 7, episode 10. And I don't know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't one of the greatest season finales, but I got a couple things that they left us with some cliffhangers. So the Shy season 7 finale, they're gonna kick it off. What's up with Keisha, man? She don't Keisha, what's she waiting on to marry Emmett? I mean, I don't know. I might have snapped if I was Emmett, and I don't know, man. I'd have been like, Keisha, what you talking about? You gotta wait. You don't want to do this. I don't know. I think that was Emmett definitely might have handled that. Well, did handle that probably better than me, because that would have been hard right there. I get it. It's not the ideal proposal, but you know what? You ain't the ideal wife. I ain't the ideal husband. Ain't neither one of us gonna be wearing white or the black, whatever. They both got kids, multiple stuff going on. Come on, baby. What's up? And she said no in front of his parents. Like, then Jada, of all the times to tell Emmett about what she going through, she lay it on him in the damn hospital bed. I don't know how he did it, but I know I'd have bust out crying right there. Let me get some water. Invisible water bottle. Anyway, I'd have bust out crying. Everything is going wrong. Ain't nothing right. Straight up. I done got shot. My girl don't want to marry me. My mama dying. Oh my goodness. Anyway, this is what it could have been. Yeah, let's get married. But this is when it's time for the real proposal, is when I give you the ring. That's all. You ain't have to be like, let me think, I don't want to do this, da da da. Just like, yeah, let's get married. And you know what? When I drop this ring on you, that's when I get on bended knee and all that stuff. Surprise you. You know, he was just trying to show he ready for commitment. I get it. Sometimes people want to come to terms with stuff like that on their own, not a life or death situation to make them realize it. But some people decide to leave when people go through a life or death situation. So it's much better if a person decide they want to stick around for the long term. But anyway, Keisha Emmett handled that a lot better than me. Queen Brielle, what's good, mama? How you doing? What's up? What's up? I would have been at least asking him a lot of questions at the bare minimum. And then at the max, I might have been coming home on some Tyler Perry. You gotta go. You got to go. I'm getting them bags thrown out. No, I wouldn't have did. I would have put her out. We would have been about to break up maybe at the max. At the minimum, we asking questions. At the max, this ain't working. I'm about to marry Tiff. What's up, B? How you doing, ma? What's good with you? Hey, Queen Brielle. I thought she would have said yes too. I mean, oh my goodness. That was hurtful. Wait, wasn't Keisha married already? Whose wedding was that? That they was at? That was Jada wedding. Whose was that Jada wedding? Who wedding was that? Was that I can't even remember. This show been on for so long. It's like real life, trying to keep up with their life and their family. Yvonne, you say, wow, he got shot. You say, plus he was near death. He was thinking about it. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Yvonne? How you doing? Cortien, you say, for real, at least let him get out of the hospital. Yeah. Yeah. Why? They just laid on all the bad news at once. It ain't like you had to go to get a marriage license or go up there and get a damn, you know, right then and there. Cordy, you say Hannibal is probably out of here. Reg put it together. Yeah, that right there. It could go both ways. And it's a way Hannibal can spin it. Lord Bison, Keisha's a typical Keisha. Hey man, boy, don't get me back on Keisha. I know I'm behind on the comments, so I probably already covered my Keisha for you. But let me say this. So here's the two ways it can go. So the one way is, of course, Reg could be like, "Oh, you set me up. You a snitch, because you the only one that knew we was going somewhere." But he could say, "You sitting there with Jackie Long." He could have snitched too, but he could be like, "Look, y'all, either one of y'all is the ones that did it. I've been with him all day, so I know he ain't do it. So let me see your phones." He could do that, and then they will be over with. But he could say, "I ain't about to show you my phone," or he could delete some stuff. Who knows? Anyway, if he don't take it to let me see your phone, and he just say, "Hey, we think you did it," and he could say, "No," it basically can. That's bad if he, because then if he asks, you know, that it's his word against theirs. The other way is he could say, "Hey, I knew that deal was bad, or that deal just was bad, and they got busted on their own." The only problem is if they know the dudes that did the job, because Toussaint gonna be pulling down their mask and then was upset. What you upset for? And they kind of had a smirk on their face. So yeah, it don't look good either way. But who would try to break into a place on purpose for Reg as a setup or whatever? Who knows? We'll see. I still think Hannibal got a way to work it out. Who I don't like though the most, other than probably I don't like Keisha, but I really don't like Damien. Oh man, I don't like Damien, man. I don't like the little what's up, DeMarcus Vaughn? What's good with you? You say the episode was a solid 8. Yeah, it was a solid episode. I probably come out with around an 8. Team Reg. You think Reg pulled the fast one on Toussaint? Well, one of the things that's so stupid to me, to be honest with y'all, is why is Toussaint still doing a stakeout on Reg? Talking about I need to catch him with something. He shot Emmett. All they had to do was say he just shot Emmett, and then they can go arrest him. Case closed. What you mean? Why you still need to catch him in another crime? And then what? I don't know. I don't get it. There's no need to catch him with nothing right now. He shot Emmett. Now they could be saying we need to know where he at, and it may be hard to find him or something or whatever. But for the most part, he shot Emmett, so they could have just told him that. Anyway, Lord Bison, you say this shit is a soap opera. Hey, it definitely is a soap opera. That is true. Marcus Vaughn believe that Rosalind Perry, due to wife, is Angie's sister. We ain't even seen Rosalind in most of this season. That would be a surprise if it was, because I wasn't even thinking about it this season. Young Slim, what's good, fam? How you been? Yeah, this was the last episode for season 7. It didn't feel like a last episode to me. They did do the big block party scene, which that was cool. I thought somebody was going to end up getting popped out there or something, but it ended up being a good block party. We see old preacher man. He trying to get back together with his wife, and while doing that, I guess we seeing their relationship rekindle. What's good, One Journey? How you doing? But for the most part, it didn't feel like a. Making sure this water wasn't too old. But it didn't feel like a final episode in a way. But I guess we kind of got used to a lot of action and things in finales. It's one of the other cliffhangers we see is Bakari life in danger now. My man Ahmad, you about to spill them beans, ain't you? You better. They done pulled your scholarship. And that's another thing. Why would Detective Toussaint out of the blue tell her that Ahmad, aka Bakari, why would she tell him Bakari? Tell Alicia Bakari DNA was at the scene, and I think he may know what did happen or whatever. I wonder why she told her that. What was the benefit of that? And then saying Nuck pretty much framing it in the sense that Nuck is the one that possibly did that. So was she mad that Nuck ain't working fast enough to what? Get this done and set up Reg? Or was she don't want to set up Reg? Because she did that before. Before she found out that wasn't him? That wasn't Reg at the little jewelry store heist? I thought she did that before. I was like, dang, she dirty. I'm glad it wasn't them. I'm glad it wasn't Reg in there with her dirty two-timing police detective type. So that was dirty. And she could be responsible for another young man getting taken out the game in Chicago. Because we see at the end, she said, you either going to Bakari, Alicia said, either you about to tell me who took out my son, or I'm going to have you buried in the backyard right now. Hey, let me tell you what I know. Straight up. But then again, you can't really do that. He in a bad situation. He going to have to say something, but he can't say nothing. He could say, my DNA as I threw up, I did see his body, and I had to run away. I saw a car pull off. I wasn't sure who it was. But you can't really say what you really know, because she could be like, you knew all this the whole time, and you've been sitting here taking money and doing this and that. They might still take you out the game anyway. You know what I mean? Them type of people that type of mindset. I ain't lived in the street life since teenage years, and even that wasn't no taking people out the game, living that type of life. Although I do know people during that time period that was living that extreme version. And hey, man, they may take you out just for just being in their face, smiling and lying all this time, and you knew that information and you ain't say nothing all this time. Oh yeah, your ass gotta go straight up. So I don't know. So that's a balance right there. You know what I mean? Yvonne, you say in a way it was self-defense, but the problem for Reg, his gun is illegal. Exactly. Exactly. So that's the one way they can easily get Reg if they told that Reg shot Emmett. You know, plus you can't shoot people in self-defense and still not report it to the police. First of all, they would be asking Emmett who shot you because all gunshot wounds are reported to the police. When you get shot and go to the hospital, report. So they would have opened up a police report and they would have been asking him. Now he could say, I don't know who shot me, but they would have been asking him. Anthony Cole, Jay, this ain't the season finale. It's 2 more episodes. Oh, what they made 12 episodes this season? I thought they only had 10 episodes a season. Let me look and see. Y'all might be right. Let me look and see. Oh, next episode, season 7, 11. What? They finally get more than 10 episodes a season? Dang. They got 12 episodes. Oh, snap. Well, good. I feel much better now. Good looking out. I definitely didn't know that. We got Ready or Not. Alicia turned up the heat in her personal revenge mission. Shad takes his time with a new love interest while Papa presents Pastor Zeke with an idea. He gonna say, can I marry your wife? I mean your daughter. Can I marry your daughter? I want to propose our hand in marriage. Good looking out, Anthony Cole. Good looking out, fam. So for everybody that didn't know, just like me, we got 2 more episodes to go. So that's what's up. Yeah, that boy, I'd have started to come up with something to avoid being pushing up daisies. Cortian, you say, imagine that smile if she pulled the mask down and it was Reg. I know, right? Reg would have known it was a setup. Why would she be there the way she was? I don't know. That would have been a bad look. JKE, you say Hannibal telling Reg don't worry about a cop. Couldn't be any more dumb. That gave it away instantly. LMAO. Hey, that was kind of corny because he spotted the cops. Well, he spotted that van out there all day. And one thing that Nuck said when he talked to, because he talked to Toussaint after Hannibal had talked with Reg with that line, don't worry about it, this and that. Then Hannibal told Nuck back off but none of them said Reg spotted you. It just said back off. So then he's saying the same thing to Toussaint or whatever. And he said, hey, street ninjas always feel like somebody following them, even when they not. That is so true. That is really true. And even to this day, I still check my mirrors when I'm driving. I don't know. I guess that's old habits die hard. But yeah, people always think somebody might be following them, even when they not, even when you ain't doing nothing. I remember when I first started really being fully clean, like a good driver's license and insurance, and not having nothing to worry about if I got pulled over on me or in my car. I used to be like, Because every time a police car get behind me, I'd be like, oh man, oh man. And then I used to see that and be like, I ain't got nothing to worry about. I wouldn't even get a ticket. So anyway, that was just a different feeling to start riding that way. Cause hell, I would have even got caught. I would have got in trouble with some weed back then. And shoot, they'd have tried to, depending on the cop, you'd have had a problem. Shoot, some cops would have just took it or poured it out or something, depending on how much or what in Chicago. But other places, hey, Tyson, you said there are two more. Yeah, we got that. I'm behind on the comments. My bad. Young Slim, where's Dwayne Wayne been? Different world, LOL. Well, his role ain't that big. We saw him, I think, last episode trying to push for Bakari. And it looked like when Bakari's scholarship got pulled, old girl was happy. She ain't seemed to want to give it to him in the first place. So we probably see him in the next two episodes again. Now, what do y'all think about the pastor during the block party wanting to get back together with his wife? I don't know. We don't know enough about their relationship for me to say if it's a good thing or a bad thing. But if they had a bad breakup, I think it's not best to sometimes get back together, in my opinion. Although they do seem to be in a really good place. And the way it was presented this episode, it might be a good idea. They both are in a good place in life. Their daughter growing up, and he was getting all lovey-dovey and huggy, but who knows? He could be having a little bit of, I wouldn't say loneliness, but maybe want to reinvent his image. He came with the little Jay-Z, allow me to reintroduce myself. I work with Hove, H to the OV. I used to bang snowflakes by the OZ. I used to bang snowflakes in my office. They was all happy he ain't with Snowflake, talking about she dumped him. She dumped him. uh, but actually he dumped her. Because if they'd have been all public and doing all the stuff she wanted to do, he might have, well, maybe she'd have dumped him after he'd have went broke. But if he'd have went full Snowflake, hell, he could have just went and joined her pastor of her daddy's church and just joined and integrated and just said, hey, we're blending, when you blending. Shout out to Terry Crews, blending movie. When you blending. One thing I ain't get though, at this damn block party. What's with Keisha and Tiff? Do women walk around with their big old bellies, pregnant bellies out like that nowadays? Is that the thing? I'm not saying it's like disgusting or this or that, but like, I don't know. I don't think it's that cute either. I mean, it's just like you pregnant. What you trying to show it off or something? What you think that is a good, cute look or something? Not that a pregnant woman is ugly, but you don't walk around with those outfits still. Put that moo on. I'm just playing. You put on the schmuck or something. Yvonne, you said that she said she cheated on him. That is why they divorced the pastor. TD Jakes and his wife. If she cheated on him, that's That's an interesting one. I'd have to see what happened, what was going on. But I will say, traditionally, it is harder for men to take back a cheating wife than a cheating wife to take back, for a wife to take back a cheating man, traditionally. So, I don't know. You didn't let somebody park in my garage, eat up my thing. Speaking of trying to, what's up, Rashonda? How you doing, mama? Queen Brielle, they look crazy with their fake bellies. I know, right? What's up with them bellies out? I don't know what's up with that. They want to show out their costume department, the wardrobe department, special effects. We gonna get that MOSCORE up. Watch. Special effects for belly. You ain't giving us no extra points. It seemed like they've been pregnant forever too. I just knew she was about to pop when she had knuckle rubbing on the belly. Vic all mad looking. He like, you know what? I'm gonna win her back with my voice. She like, will you shut your ass up? You ain't do your job. You better stock that bar, clean it up. What you say? Oh, what? You ain't know? Oh, what? You don't want to be here? Oh, well, what you saying then? Oh, okay, well, do your job, okay, you punk ass Negro. Don't nobody want to hear that da doo dee doo doo boo. Shut up. He like, damn. I thought she was gonna say, "Ooh, you sound good." I was gonna say, "Well, I try to. I'm trying to lighten the mood, and I'm gonna do. Can I get back in you?" Damn, I didn't expect that. Yeah, shut your ass up. I can't stand nobody at work singing all the damn time. Nobody will hear that. I want to hear the song. I'm gonna put the radio on. Crystal, what's up, mama? You said, nah, that looks bad. Belly's out, look bad. I thought so, but hey, who am I, right? I know I ain't gonna let my belly out. My belly about 9 months, right about now. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a damn tank top and I'm gonna roll it up and I'm gonna be rolling around with my damn belly out. Talking about, hey y'all, I'm gonna paint my nails and I'm gonna do shrooms. And if somebody want to have sex, I'm gonna say no, because that's like your gambling. I really don't like that dude. I really don't like that dude. Cortian, you say Nuck is losing some of his soldiers. They rather follow Reg. I don't know about that. I ain't seen that. The only person that's following Reg is paying. You talking about Stud the shooter, SS soldier, Stud shooter, Young Slim. You said she was sleeping with young boys from the church. Only God know who else. Ushers, bishops, deacons, mother of the church wouldn't touch her. That's not what she was doing. That was the second wife. This is the first wife. The second wife was messing around with Reg and them. JKE, Felicia Rashad told her, like, girl, you better get your husband back. I know, right? One journey, GG, until next time. Take time to rest, relax, and rejuvenate. I know that's right. Corty, and if Victor find out Nut killed Rob, he'll win her back. Yeah, but damn. I don't know, actually. I wouldn't even want to win her back. Be like, I know who took Rob out. It was Nut. And then we got a bond of me snitching out after. If he would have found it out before that happened and with Reg, then it would have been probably good. But now it looks like he's only saying that to get in the good graces. And what if she asked him, how long did you know this? then, you know, that can be a problem. But he don't know that, do he? He don't know that Nuck took out Rob. JKE, Damien got to go. That boy stole shrooms from Hannibal as soon as he walked out the dang door. Man, oh my goodness. I'm trying not to cuss, man. I'm trying not to cuss right now, y'all. Dude, he deserved that ass beat. I wish it was cameras in there and Hannibal saw it. This dude didn't even wait to at least see if it was cameras or anything. Yeah, he'd had to go. And I was hoping the whole time that they wasn't ready and he got sick. I was hoping that until he gave it to little Shorty. Then I'm like, oh man, he about to get this little sexy little mama Karush Tran. He about to get her little fine ass sick. Up until then, I'm like, I hope he got caught. Oh my goodness, he need to get that ass beat. He need to get thrown out. He a thief, a liar. He gotta, you know what? I don't know if this is a bad look for gamblers, but if this is the behavior of gamblers, oh my goodness. Oh wow. Ain't no way. Ain't no way in the world I could be hanging with gamblers like that. Straight up. Young Slim, she was smashing Jake. That was the second wife. That was the younger wife. This is the first wife. This ain't the one that was smashing Jake. Nah, this ain't the one that was smashing Jake. She was young. She looked like she was still like late 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, something like that. Net Mathis, you like men and women's. You love them all. You just a greedy little thing, ain't you? Love them all, don't you? That's what's up. JKE, facts. She ain't no damn prize, man. For real. Hey, I agree. Courtian, Damien finally gambled with someone that don't play. Got him to stop. Who? Little mama? Who you talking about? I mean, try J- Yvonne, you say at JKE he stole those shrooms. I was thinking he learned his lesson and paid for him something wrong with that dude. Man, this dude ain't learning his lessons. And this dude need to straight get the I don't even know what to say. Getting beat up doesn't help, obviously. Getting your brother shot, almost taken out the game doesn't help. I'm not an expert. I never been to counseling, but the way TV makes it seem is that counseling could possibly help, except for unless you trying to have a baby and you've been married for 1 month. She's a horrible counselor. What does she do? She ain't offering them no help or advice. I don't know how they gonna get any better. But we see Vic Mensa and Lala in counseling. They have somebody in counseling on TV all the time, it seems. But we see he really want a baby talking about my legacy. I want to take on my legacy. And then she like the counselor talking about, but what if you can't have kids with a medical condition? Then what? Well, then I'm gonna adopt. So what's your legacy? Then he was like, he told the realest thing. He like, I want to give a child the love that I didn't have growing up. Okay, I get that. La la la. Ain't nobody giving us no kid. Now that was funny. I'd agree too. But like I don't know about legacy and stuff. I used to think that way when I was young, but then again, like, I don't know about what is a legacy. I think each person life is their own, and whatever whoever does, whether it's the parent or the child or whatever, that's their life. They're responsible for, and they live their life. What if you successful as a as the child and the parents wasn't as successful? Well, how's that? You ain't carrying on their legacy. They wasn't as successful, and now how is that working in reverse? Anyway, I don't know. If some people think their DNA maybe, and they don't want their DNA to die. Some people say they don't want to be the last of their DNA or the last name or whatever. In a way, I can see that. But again, who knows how life works out, you know? I'm not going to say he's wrong or right. I just, it's to each his own. I don't know, how that works. Young Slim, you thought Vic was in city politics and lost his Hey, he don't know what to do. I don't know. He lucky they live in that same old house that it's gotta be paid for. And he over here got Jason Weaver over there cooking for him. That smell good. I am glad you back. You want to hear a song? How you like that, bro? Tell me about your time in prison. You might make a move. T Dot, Tiff on some boy is mine ish. Done forgot about EJ. Man, I'd have been gave that damn boy back to Tiff. DeMarcus Vaughn, thank you for the super chat, fam. Definitely appreciate it. Here's to you for the love and support. You say why Jackie Red female shooter look like Maxwell. Y'all ain't know I could sing like Maxwell, did you? Y'all want to hear me hit that fortunate again? Ooh, yeah. Fortunate to have you. That's enough. I can't finish the rest without, you know what I'm saying? The proper settings, you know what I mean? Buzz out that Maxwell. I know they fortunate that wasn't them pulling off that heist. They'd be locked up for real. Be put in the movie Life. Wasn't fortunate with life. B, what's good? You say legacy is not your kids. Legacy is how you affect the world. I can agree with that. That's how I see it, as like an individual thing. And lineage is your kids. Yeah, exactly. I can see that. And so if some people don't want to have kids, I can understand that. And if some people do, I can see the case for that. I think they kind of old, but again, I guess nowadays people having kids a lot older now, and it's a lot of reasons for that. But hey, I wouldn't be here. My parents was pretty old even for then. But who knows, man? Who knows? That's I think between individuals, both of those. And the main problem I think they're having is they really rushed into things. This is part of the problem back in the day of arranged marriages or shotgun weddings or people getting married before they was having sex, and then they end up getting married and doing that, and the next thing you know they got kids, and then really learn they really don't like each other or ain't compatible. So I think them getting married, because he over here talking about, well, I don't want to have sex without being my wife. Like, man, you dumb. So you over here go marry this girl so you can have sex, so your conscience is clear, but you don't even know this person, and now you in a big old mess. Probably gonna end up having to get it annulled. For what? Oh my goodness. And now, because you moved so fast, you went through the whole relationship process in what, 2, 3 months? From barely dating to marriage to divorce, annulment. It's no time for y'all to get to know each other, to grow, to maybe want to change their minds. They both may change their minds. She may want it, he may not want it. They tripping. Anyway, JKA, you say Vic Mensa, she's a hoe. I'm your conscience. Shout out Jamie Foxx. You may not want to plant in that garden. Hey, you never know. Steven Harris, what's good, Steve? Malik, you say Damien gotta go. Big time, man. He probably my most hated character. He's so damn fill in the blanks, but he as hell. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Do you know what I mean? You can fill that in whatever 3-letter word you want. But he's straight up, man. I can't stand that dude. But it ain't even about, it's just the way he act. And I can't stand a thief, a liar, a sneaky. Oh my God. Anyway, I think, man, I hope he get something happen to him. Anyway, we also see, I was making a joke about it earlier, but Shad and Vic, they sitting there eating candlelit dinners together, having a little cheers. I don't know, man. I don't think they gonna have no love storyline. I hope not. But one of the things he said when he was there is he was talking about working with Alicia, and he even told him basically Alicia tried to shoot Reg, and so Vic done with Reg, but also he's still working with Alicia. Alicia may end up getting him involved in some stuff he don't want to get involved in, because if Alicia does try to take Bakari out, or tells him that she did take Bakari out, that would really mess with him. And rightfully so. He know Bakari. And she ain't come at him and say nothing. And if she do something to Bakari, damn, I don't know. If I was him, see, again, that's why I'm not nowhere near this type of life, because a lot of this stuff would mess with me. But that would definitely mess with me now. Bakari ain't the best kid, but he ain't the worst. But if she took him out, hey, he may end up having a beef with her. Now, he probably won't do nothing to her, but he may have no job is the main problem at the very least. Nah, Malik the King, I was happy Cleo fired him. I don't like Cleo. Let me get that straight. I don't like Cleo because Cleo taking up too much authority. And I don't like that Keisha hired Cleo talking about, well, your baby mama did this and that, and thank you this and that. You got no. First of all, both of y'all overstepping y'all bounds. I'm back. You do need me here. I'm the one that started this. Just because you walked in and did a little something, something. Hold up. Wait. I'm at that with the Nate dog. Hold up. Wait. I already hit y'all with the Maxwell earlier. Y'all ain't know I had the Nate dog. I can go high or low. And then, woo, hold up. Anyway, I am glad she fired his ass. That was needed. He did need to be fired. I'm glad she fired Damien. Yes, I agree. But also, you next. Get your ass up out of here. What you thought you was doing? You thought this was your Smokies? Oh, you thought Keisha run this. Keisha don't run nothing but her goof ass mouth. And she about to get fired too. So both of y'all can go work with each other as far as I'm concerned. Keisha, oh, ungrateful ass. Oh my goodness. I don't know, man. If I was him, woo-wee. Keisha be on thin ice. I'd be sitting here trying to figure out a way. Hey, you know what? That might have saved him. Don't marry Keisha. Because you get married, she takes Smokies from him. If they get a divorce, that's the type person she is. She take it. And then be talking about, it's been better ever since I've been doing this and hiring this and doing that anyway. As if like she take the, nah, hell no. That might have been the better blessing in disguise. Don't marry Keisha. She'd have him living back with in his mama's apartment. Talking about, I don't know about if I want to do this anymore, Emmett. He'd be like, what? Anyway, JKE, you say, hey, Jay, Alicia don't play. She got that boy Bakari key card now working at the dorm room and canceled his financial aid. Hey, she know how to make you come hither. Cut that money off. Cut that supply off. That's one thing about financial aid. I never got cash out. All my financial aid used to go direct to the schools. So when people was going to school and getting cash out, either that was something different that I was going and getting financial aid for, or I was missing something. Now, my last time in school, I can't believe I just about to say this, but it was the year 2000. Good grief. I ain't been in school since the year 2000. So what the hell? I'm sure a lot has changed since then, right? I did see that the Trump, one of the Trump in the big beautiful bill, that they're gonna put a cap on how much you can borrow to go to school for a lifetime. I think it's like 270,000 or something like that. But the rise in costs, basically, it's gonna hurt people that want to be doctors and lawyers. They think it's like another cap on. And then if you want to go to a high end school, but also that means probably fewer people go to school, so maybe the tuition prices come down, maybe because tuition prices are insane. Tuition when I was in school per semester was like 5,000 a semester, so you may pay 10,000 a year, which was a lot of money if you go for 4 years, $40,000. But now people are like 100,000, 200,000 in debt or more. That's insane. 100 grand in school loans or more. Woo wee. And you're only 21 with that kind of payment. Oh no. Anyway, young Slim, Trump is out here looking and sounding bad. I know, right? You see, you see his hands and swollen feet and ankles and stuff he be saying. Who knows, man? Crystal, if you have money left over from financial aid, you can. Or wait on the refund check halfway through the semester. See, I never had a refund check. And I guess I never had money left over from financial aid. They took it all. I went to school for 4 years and to 2 different schools. They ain't never had no money left to give me. They like, yeah, we got all this. Yep. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and do my MOSCORE rating for this episode. Break it on down a little bit. All right, the MOSCORE rating, my rating system I use to try to be non-biased when I try to, review TV episodes, shows, movies, all that stuff. And it's real simple, 4 categories, 25 points each, give you a score of 100. The visuals, cinematography, I did like seeing everybody at the block party and a little bit of the little Love Jones brewing between the preacher man. That's a muy caliente special. Got preacher man over here getting rekindled with his baby mama. And shout out to Young Slim. No, not those that are maybe thinking the same thing. His first wife, his second wife is who was messing around with Jake. And I was saying earlier, it's hard for a man to take back a cheating wife. I know it would be hard for me. I actually was innocent. I wish we wasn't married, but we was together. And the cheating partner, cheating woman, that ain't good. That's hard to take back. Anyway, they had some other scenes like when they was robbing the store at the end in Little Tucson. But overall, it was on a typical shot level. They used modern cameras and all of that. And they had the therapy session. I mean, it was kind of good how they showed when he said he wanted to love somebody the way he never had. You could see her mindset change when they had the camera on her and stuff. And the way they were showing that was a little trying to show the little emotion and things. So overall, I give this episode, not episode, this category, I give it a 20 out of 25. I give it a 21. I give it a 21 because they did do a lot with the block party and stuff. Storyline plot. This storyline for this episode, it wasn't bad. It was all right. I thought it was the finale. I thought they left this with some cliffhangers. It's episode 10 for those that may have thought this was the finale like I did. I did put it in the title. I am going to change and edit that once this video is over. But I thought they left us with some cliffhangers. So I'm glad it ain't. Overall, it's interesting to see what's going to happen with Reg and Hannibal. One of the things that I did not like is that Hannibal is telling his girl that he's snitching on Reg. She know too much. And she talking about don't get us pop snitching on Reg. If you snitching, which I ain't never been a snitch. But if you are snitching on somebody, you don't want nobody else to know, I'm pretty sure. The fewer people that know that you a snitch, the better, I would think. I would think that would be rule number one in snitching. I'm gonna tell you this, but don't tell nobody. Normally that's what they say. Don't tell nobody I told you. You ain't heard this from me. He did it. So I think that's bad that she know. Anyway, I'm gonna give this episode. Jake talking about he had his little shop talking about, hey man, why don't you come work for me? Dude, how you hiring people, putting them on your payroll? Stick to giving out the vest for the family. I'm gonna give this a 21 for this episode. Now, let's see. Special effects, makeup, costume. What in the world? There we go. I mean, well, we see Emmett in the hospital, something like that. But for the most part, they wear modern clothes, not too much special effects. Nothing that I'm thinking of that came to mind. I mean, they tried to show Damien doing his little dance around this and that. I can't stand that dude. So I'm gonna give this a 20 out of 25 because they did use, modern wardrobe and all of that stuff. And then lastly, entertaining fun factor. I'm gonna give this episode a 20 out of 25, which it's not bad, but I would have be real disappointed if it was the finale, which it wasn't. So, but overall, that come out to a 82 on the MOSCORE, which you can round that up or down if you like. Always give a 5-point margin of discretion anyway. But it is what it is. I'm glad it ain't the last episode. Straight up. Young Slim, you say, yeah, y'all right. Stars always doing that BS. uh, let's see. Young Slim, you say they played us, bro. Guess BMF is doing that Stars break. Yeah, BMF is on the Stars break. That is true, which I guess that made a lot more people check out The Shy. But BMF will be back. I actually was going to do a BMF review tonight versus The Shy. BMF, if we're going to put the seasons head to head, I think BMF season has been going a lot better than The Shy. But that's my opinion. It's probably appealing to me, the life they led rather, with Big Meech and them, and more so than what they doing in The Shy. Although one is in the past, one is in the present. They both interesting though, so I like them both. But BMF winning right now. Man, we have to wrap this up pretty soon, but let me see some more comments y'all got right quick. Young Slim, you say Jake should have gotten all the Perry's pizza when Duda was killed. I know, right? That would have been a lot better for who? What happened to Perry's Pizza? They dropped that storyline before Duda even. They made him run chop shops. I guess after he became the mayor, he got out the pizza business. If anything, that would have expanded his business. Because the mayor of Chicago, let me just say, being the mayor of Chicago, historically, you become rich. You could become rich. Now, let me say also historically, it's only been two mayors for the last overall 60 years or so. The Dailies, Richard Daley and Richard Daley Jr., they was there for at least a good 40 years, 50 years apiece. I mean, together. So, but there's been a lot of other mayors in Chicago in between. They just there the longest. But the Dailies made a lot of money. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, BMF will be back next week for everybody. JKE. Yeah, the Shy kind of stalled after the Nuck and Reg meetup. Only thing really happened is him is shooting, and he already back to perfect health. LOL. Facts. And also, he over here trying to talk to Darnell, talking about, well, I'm gonna be here for you. That ain't good enough. Hey, hold up. I'm glad he told him I'm losing a wife too. But yeah, Emmett back to perfect health, moving around real fast. He didn't ask Keisha a couple times to marry him. She's like, still delaying. I don't know, man. They could have did more with that. They could have had, if they really trying to get Reg, because every gunshot wound is reported at a hospital. He could have said Red shot him. Or Nut could have said it. Anyway. Bari, what's good? Yeah, that this ain't the season finale. I covered that earlier in the video. You may not have been here. I get it. I was under the impression that, like many of the other seasons, the 10th episode was the last, but they threw a okey doke at me, and yeah, I learned that it's two more episodes, y'all, which I'm happy because I was upset that they left us with this cliffhanger. So, I'm glad though, it is two more. But thanks. I'm pretty sure you may have missed when I was saying that. So it's all good. But good looking out. And also, I am gonna update the title when I'm done with this live. So for those that's watching, um, you know. But appreciate it though. Yvonne, what's good? You say was Duda trying to buy Smokies and trying to get Emmett to expand? I know, right? What happened to that? Hey, Emmett might have got some free money if he did get some money, because he definitely don't got to pay him back no more. Stephen Harris, Emmett is forced to reevaluate what's truly important to him. Meanwhile, Alicia tried to strike a deal with Detective Toussaint. I know, right? Bari. Okay, just got here. It's all good, Bari. You all good, man. I appreciate you for looking out. Never know. So I appreciate it. Yvonne, you say last year was 16 episodes. What? It wasn't like that the first few seasons. Yeah, I forgot it was 16 episodes. Yeah, that's because they've been trying ever since COVID. They've been having little after COVID. Then they take like a break, then come back, then put. They've been a little different after COVID. Young Slim, mayor of every town or city, can become rich, just like a pastor of a church. Which would you rather be, mayor or pastor? Well, if I'm trying to get rich, I'm gonna be the mayor before I'd be a pastor, because if I'm a pastor, I'm a pad the Cavassier, oh man, I'm a hey, man, I'm a love it the Lord. No, I ain't trying to get rich if I'm in the house of the Lord. I think you're right what you said. Me personally, I would feel bad if I was getting rich in the church. You know, I wouldn't want to do that. Now, if I was the mayor, uh, depend on how I got rich. If I was getting rich from back end deals or screwing over the people or this or that, nah. Now, if I was able to do a little something, something, or have a little something, something, or work with a little something, something, hey, that's just business. Boom, boom. Young Slim, they just gave Emmett Brandon's storyline. I know, right? Made him the chef. Got him shot instead of due to shooting Brandon. We got Reg shooting Emmett. Yeah, except Brandon and his girl, they wasn't having a baby. I guess they made Emmett had a baby instead of Brandon. We'll make Emmett have another baby. He already don't take care of the ones he have, but that's all right. Kyle Miller, is it just me or are they always indoors? They never outside. You know, you would be right, except this episode, they did have a block party scene. But other than that, yeah, people are indoors a lot. And in a way, that may be accurate when you live the street life to a certain extent. Because you outside, then you can be seen. And if you got people looking for you, you may not want to always easily be seen. You may want to be indoors somewhere, laying low, chilling, whatever the case, secure. But everybody ain't living that life. For example, Damien, he should though. He should be living that life. He should be on the run somewhere. He definitely shouldn't be getting no goodies from Karush Tran. He don't even deserve nothing like that. Something in my eye, y'all. He don't even deserve that type of attention and appreciation. You a little liar and a thief, and boy. Anyway, Byron, you say I don't know if you already talked about this, but do you think Bakari is gonna die? I talked about this a little bit earlier, but I can say it again. So where I was saying is he in trouble because here's how it can go. He can say all what he knows, right? Spill the beans with the hopes that she save him or spare him rather. And that can go bad because she could say, you knew this the whole time and you had me thinking it was Reg. You smiling in my face the whole time knowing this. You taking my money and this scholarship the whole time knowing this. Oh, yeah, thanks for letting me know. Bury his ass up in the rose bushes. Like, off with his head. Or you got to play it with a balancing act. He could say, I swear, I don't know. The DNA is me. I threw up. I saw it and I had to run away. I couldn't believe what was happening. I didn't get a good look. I think it might be. I ain't sure. Could have been Reg. Could have been Nuck. They could have been together. I don't know. Could have been Zay. I couldn't tell. I ain't never asked. Hey, I'm like the army. I ain't tell, I ain't ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell, don't ask. That's what I did. What I'm supposed to say? Hey, man, did you kill Rob and drop him off on the front porch? I just want to know. You don't ask. That is real. You don't go asking that. Because then they may take him out the game. You asking me this, you may be trying to set me up. And I know people just did some stuff. At least I think they did. I never asked them and I wasn't there. but I got a good suspicion, but I don't know. And I never asked them. Some of the people I know is no longer with us. And I kind of regret not asking them, like, hey, man, did you do that? I kind of thought your ass did. You crazy. I wasn't going to snitch. But then again, I don't want them to even ever think I know and worry about that. And yeah, he know this. I did that, man. I should have done. I don't even want you to even. Don't tell me. Because not that I can't trust myself with the info. I don't want you to be worried about that I know something like that. Stephen Harris, you say I'm so curious to see if Bakari named Nuck. I hope he does I as much as I Nuck character he made his bed. If Bakari dies behind this, I'm gonna rage. You like Bakari character? I do like Bakari character. That's my boy Ahmad. Uh, I don't know about rage, but I am gonna be pissed. He is in a bad situation. I would go for option A of what I said. I don't know who it was. It could have been Reg, Zay, or Nuck. Take them all out for all I care. Just leave me alone. That's what I'd have said. So anyway, he he may not be as smart as me in that situation because hell, I'm saying this from the perspective of the age I am now. Now, at that age, younger age, I did know that about the balancing act of what to say and not say then, but I don't know how well I may have came in the moment with that on the surprise at that age. And it's a life or death. I never been in a life or death situation like that. Thank God. Thank the Lord. No, I ain't want to be in no life or death situation where I got to come up with something on the spot or it's over. I'm pushing up daisies, literally pushing up daisies. Woo. So, yeah, I'm glad that ain't happened. So we'll see. But Bakari, it ain't looking good for him. Steve, you say I want Tiffany to take out Nuck, stealing Alicia Glory again. A perfect way to ignite their rivalry, which is inevitable. Now that right there, you like that one, Yvonne? That right there, I doubt will happen. Tiffany big belly ass turn around with a gun. He wouldn't see it coming if it was on her side and she turned around. But the last thing I would expect is that. Now I think Tiff would probably be hurt if he got taken out the game. And she's so dumb. She just want a street Negro so bad. So bad that she about to get with dude that took out her baby daddy. And Alicia done told her. So Tiff a thought straight up. And a good woman on this show, at least from what it seemed, is when we saw Jason Weaver character Shad when he met old girl selling them candles, even though he ain't had no game and he up here talking about cooking for her and all that. He ain't even asked this woman her name yet. He ain't even told her his name yet. He was laying it on thick and corny. Is that how men talk to women nowadays? That's whack, man. I used to be like, "Hey, how you doing? I'm Jay. What's up? You such such, okay? Damn, these candles smell good. Such such. Oh, okay, dang, okay. I would at least introduce myself. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Young Slim, Tracy is the lowest hanging fruit on the show. Ronnie Q, do the dishwasher and smokes. So what you saying is I got a chance. So you saying there's a chance. Got it. Bobby Bailey. Hannibal might be in trouble with Reg. Yeah. A snitch boy. And then his woman know. So that right there is a liability. You can't have your woman knowing that you a snitch. What if y'all break up and she'd be like, your snitch ass. I tell everybody you a snitch. Tell everybody you snitched on Red. I tell Red she was snitch. Yeah, man. You can't have no woman know no damn information like that. The hell? That dude crazy. JKE, Tiffany closer to smashing Nuck than shooting him. Facts. Facts. She wants somebody to scratch that itch bad. Bad. I heard pregnant women, they libido still be going. For some pregnant women. I mean, she must have that thing in overdrive. She working hard. Scratch this itch. JKE, any chick with common sense wouldn't mess with Nuck off affiliation to Zay and Duda. Hey, for real. He crazy. Another thing that's crazy, but they love that street life, them girls. I don't know why. That's like Megan Thee Stallion dating Klay Thompson's talking about. He's a nice guy. He's the first nice guy I've actually dated. Duh. Who are you talking about? Tory Lanez versus Klay Thompson. A dude whose family always paid the bills. His daddy was in the NBA. A dude that went to college. A dude that's in the NBA for 15 years. He ain't shot nobody or got shot at or trying to get over on people or fights and all of that. No. You talking about, yeah, he rich, but he about as far removed from that as can be. What he about to be mad for? About time you stop messing with them dudes and you a high net value worth woman. Anyway, let me get up out of here, y'all. Young Slim, Tracy had due to kill Q. That was her baby daddy, Jason father. You know what I thought was whack is that Alicia is gonna tell Tucson, you think Nuck killed my son? You know, he didn't want to respect my authority. No kidding. Who the hell are you? He should have took your ass out right then and there too. Because you think you got authority in these streets. You got this dumbass idea of kill the killers. You more of a problem than this where you shot the damn barbecue delivery man with your goof ass. Yeah. You didn't respect your dumbass authority. The hell is you talking about, old woman? You know, you sit there, respect your authority. You moving weight on these streets? You keeping Negroes in line over here? What the hell authority? He ain't want to respect my authority. She better shut up. Bobby Bailey, you said Bacardi. Bacardi gonna be buried in the backyard if he don't give up the info. He definitely gonna have to spill some beans and say something. He just can't say everything, because then she could say, you knew this the whole time? What was you waiting on to tell me? Your punk ass, you was taking my money and smiling in my face? You had the nerve to come to my house talking about why your scholarship canceled? And you know what happened to my son, my legacy? This is my legacy. You see this? This the tattoo of my son. That's my legacy. Who know what movie I got that from? That's actually a very, very funny movie that a lot of people ain't seen. And it's also a funny scene in that movie. A lot of people, I'm going to go ahead and put it up. It's my legacy. You think I put anybody kid picture on my chest? Anyway, I gotta log into this IMDb because I rated a lot of movies and stuff. But when I'm not logged in, it's not showing it. Young Slim, just because you killed Jesse James don't make you Jesse James. That's her problem. You lost me. All right. I'm about to reveal what movie that was. Observe and Report. This movie actually is really funny. A lot of good performances in here if y'all looking for something to watch. And you got, I don't know, Prime Video. I don't know what else this may be on. This is a funny movie, man. This is a funny movie, but it's a point where they drop him off. This movie, it's a lot. I ain't about to get into this movie, but it's good. But it's a point where they drop him off for police training in the hood, and he on the corner and see some people, these kids selling crack, and so he try to grab the kids and stop them from selling crack. And then these dudes come over and they like, "What you doing?" And he like, "Oh, I'm trying to stop him." And he like, "Let him go. That's my son." He like, "This your son?" He like, "Yeah, that don't you see my tattoo here, man? That's my legacy." That's my legacy. Anyway, that's my seed. Anyway, that was Danny McBride that did that legacies part. Anyway, yeah, Victor need to give up on Tiff. That's facts, Bobby Bailey. You need to shut up with that singing. Do your damn job. If you want to win her back, you made to make sure that damn bar is spick and span and humming. Make sure that bar is humming and not your goof ass. You shut up and make this bar sing. And then she'll say, "You know what? Thank you." And if that don't work, just quit. I would have quit when she got jazzy with me in the bar. Like, hold up. I was helping your goop ass. You was the one wanting me to stay all appreciative. I could leave now. Why don't you? Say less. I'm about to run for mayor. Distinguished gentleman Eddie Murphy wannabe ass. Young Slim, Alicia thinks she do the facts. Alicia is goofy. You ain't no damn duda, even if you killed him. That's what you talking about? Because you killed Jesse James. Don't make you Jesse James. Oh, right. Just because she can kill duda don't make her duda. What she think everybody about to listen to her? She gonna have all the connects within the streets. This ain't the Matrix. You ain't about to take him out and download his powers. The hell wrong with her? I got you, Slim. Thanks for the clarity, bro. But I agree. Yeah, she goofy. That show how much she don't know. Who think because you took somebody out, now you the new one? That only work if you in that food chain. So she ain't in the food chain. She need to go ahead and quit it with her little revenge attitude. Somebody about to put her ass in the old folks' home. She better chill. She better be happy that Shy was knocking the dust off the stuffing off that egg McMuffin. Cause at her age, yeah, she'd have to break bread for that. So good thing she got bread for that McMuffin. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right, y'all. Let me get up out of here. Call it a night. But I appreciate everybody for coming through, supporting the channel as always. If you new, definitely appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, hit a like, a thumbs up, or subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back Friday night with some more content on this episode. Break it down a little more. Put the link in. We can chat live. So, my schedule been a little off lately. I got a few things going on. I'm gonna have to start with my other channel posting more often. It's called Wheel Life. Like real life. It's that real life, baby. I'm gonna have to break it on down. Anyway, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good night. BMF, if y'all was wondering, was off this week, but it should be back next week. Appreciate all y'all for watching. Stephen Harris, appreciate you, fam. Slim, JKE, everybody out there with the support and watching, coming through. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. Peace. Deuces. I'm out.